Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, August 7th. Another cool morning here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Looks like another day with well below normal temperatures in the Mid-Atlantic region. We've certainly gotten off to a cooler than normal beginning to the month of August. It will get warmer tomorrow and Friday, however, as we'll get into a warm sector behind the passage of a warm frontal system. That warm front will keep us unsettled for the next several days. It's beginning to look like the shower and thunderstorm threat that we'll have today, tomorrow, and Friday will likely continue right through the upcoming weekend now. And while much of the time will be rain-free over the next few days, the possibility exists for some heavy rain during this extended stretch of unsettled weather that, again, looks like it may last right through the upcoming weekend. Well, let's first start off by looking at an upper air map. This is the current 500 millibar map, and it kind of tells the story as to what's going on across the nation. First of all, down in the deep south, just really high pressure throughout all levels of the atmosphere. The hot weather is kind of confined to the southern plains right now. It's cool here in the Mid-Atlantic region, cool in the Great Lakes, cool in the upper part of the Midwest, and all that's thanks to this deep upper level low spinning over the south central part of Canada. This just tends to move slowly to the east over the next several days, and that'll keep us unsettled here in the Mid-Atlantic region, not only through Friday, but now it looks like perhaps right through the upcoming weekend as well, with a constant threat of showers and thunderstorms, although again, much of the time will be rain-free. Here's a look at the current surface map across the U.S. It doesn't tell the whole story. We'll get into a little more of a mesoscale type analysis in a moment here, but there's a warm frontal system down in the south central part of the country, slowly advancing to the north and east. A cool frontal system slowly advancing to the south and east across the Great Lakes region. But probably the biggest story here is this high pressure that has been dominating the weather scene here over the Mid-Atlantic region over the last several days has shifted offshore, and that will allow for warmer and more humid air to advance into the Mid-Atlantic region. Again, today we'll hold on to one more cool day, really all the way down I-95 down to even D.C. They may only reach about 80 degrees or so for afternoon highs. It's well below the normal for this time of the year, but by tomorrow afternoon we'll feel certainly warmer and more humid conditions out, so we'll get into the warm sector behind the passage of a warm frontal system. Well, let's take a little bit of a closer look at the Mid-Atlantic region on kind of a mesoscale pressure analysis. First, two things to point out here. First of all, the showers and thunderstorms are rather spotty right now here over the coastal region of the Delmarva Peninsula. Moving to the east, that should not affect the I-95 corridor. A couple of showers here in south central Pennsylvania. That could expand in coverage over the next few hours. We'll continue to monitor that. But the bottom line here is much of today will be rain-free, but there can be a shower or even a late-day thunderstorm. And some of the rain by tonight and certainly tomorrow can be heavy at times, partly as a result of what's upstream here. There's some heavier showers and thunderstorms moving to the south and east across the eastern part of the Great Lakes. But one thing I want to point out here is notice the kink in the isobar is right in this region right here. There really is a developing warm frontal system right across this region right now, and that will enhance the chances for showers and thunderstorms here by tonight and certainly on the day tomorrow as it slowly grinds to the north and east. Ahead of it, mostly a southeasterly flow of air into the D.C. region and the southeastern part of Pennsylvania into New York, and that'll keep us cooler than normal for today. On the south and west side of this warm frontal system, winds are more out of the south and southwest, and that'll be the case on Thursday and Friday. We'll get back well up into the 80s for Thursday and Friday, but today will be another cooler than normal day up and down the I-95 corridor. Well, here's a nationwide look at the infrared satellite imagery loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Lots of clouds here in the Mid-Atlantic region. That too will help to keep temperatures below normal. Not only the southeasterly winds in the lower part of the atmosphere, but these thick clouds will help to reduce temperatures today. Another area of heavy showers and thunderstorms out across the Missouri Valley here. Mostly will not affect the Mid-Atlantic region as that drives to the south and east over the next couple of days. Lots of moisture in the southern Rockies, both combination of a weak frontal system and some Pacific moisture. You can see that flowing in from the Pacific into the southwestern part of the U.S. Can be some heavy rain here over the next couple of days in the southern Rockies. Still quite cool along the immediate west coast, with high temperatures struggling to reach 70 degrees along the coastal sections of Southern California. Well, let's take a look at some forecast maps. This is using last night's Zero-Z GFS model run, and we'll look at 24-hour increments beginning with this evening, and look at the next 5 nights beginning with this evening and going right through the upcoming weekend. And again, it looks like we have an unsettled stretch of weather here that will last not only through Friday, but now it looks like perhaps right through the upcoming weekend. Again, much of the time will be rain-free, but there can be a shower or thunderstorm at just about any time over the next 4 or 5 days, and some of the rain will be heavy at times. This is the forecast map for this evening. Surface low pressure here in the southeastern part of Canada, just north of the Great Lakes region. Again, that was associated with that strong upper level low that we saw a moment ago. Basically a corridor of moisture in the eastern third of the nation here, coming on the backside of that high pressure that has shifted off the east coast here. Basically a moist flow of air riding up from the Gulf of Mexico into the northeastern part of the country. And there's, again, a kind of a small-scale warm frontal system right in there that will enhance our shower and thunderstorm threat here in the I-95 corridor over the next 24 hours or so. Here's the forecast map for tomorrow evening, Thursday evening. Still just a corridor of moisture here in the eastern third of the nation. Cool frontal system that's moving through the Great Lakes tends to weaken and slow down as it approaches the eastern states over the next couple of days. Not much change here. Now let's jump ahead to Friday evening. Still a similar story for Friday evening. Lots of moisture here depicted by the GFS model over the Midwest and right up and down the East Coast. Maybe a little bit of a frontal system reaching the East Coast by late Friday, but it'll stall out there and tend to dissipate and allow some low pressure areas to move along it over the weekend. Let's now jump ahead to the weekend. And here's the forecast map for Saturday evening. Notice frontal system just hanging along the East Coast right here. Still lots of moisture here depicted here in greens and blues, indicating showers and thunderstorms as that frontal system just stalls out along the East Coast. Low pressure here in southeastern Canada, and extending from there will be this surface system, frontal system, all the way down the East Coast. It does not clear through the region like we thought earlier in the week. Let's now jump ahead to Sunday evening's forecast. And here it is, the forecast map for Sunday evening. Still just a bunch of moisture sitting here along the East Coast as that frontal system just stalls out and allows little low pressure areas. There's even a little low pressure system right here depicted by the GFS. This is for Sunday evening now. So it looks like we are entering an extended period of unsettled weather here in the Mid-Atlantic region. While much of the time over the next 4 or 5 days will be rain-free, there can be a shower or thunderstorm at just about any time, and there certainly will be some heavy rain in this extended stretch of unsettled weather. That's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.